Hello. Welcome to ranking Honkai Star Rail characters in high school. If we were to remove them from the game and place them in a real-world high school, who would be the straight-A student, who's skipping class, and who stole my lunch money? Our categories today, starting up at the top, the popular kids, cheerleaders and jocks, etc., student council members, delinquents and class skippers, theater and band kids, focused academics, and Naruto running down the hall. As per usual, this is all just my personal headcanon nonsense. No, don't take it too serious. That being said, let's get started with Arlen. While I think that maybe he has aspirations to join the student council someday, I'm gonna say for now, he's a focused academic. I think he's quiet, he stays to himself, except little Arlen has a crush on someone named Miss Asta, who's in his class and is also a focused academic. She definitely wants to be on the student council next year. Maybe she walked by when he was at his locker one day and he has like a picture of Peppy in the locker door. Oh, is that your dog? He's so cute. Yeah, she talked to me. I wish you the best of luck, Arlen. Next up is Bailu. She has a lot of responsibility, but hear me out. I think she's a class skipper with good reason. She's not being a delinquent about it. Yeah, you know, some kid out back ate some dirt, passed out, broke his glasses, fell down the stairs. I had to help him. Teacher's like, oh, okay. Maybe she spends her free time hanging out in the nurse's office. Blade is just a textbook delinquent class skipper in my head. He just doesn't want to be there, so he doesn't go. And the teacher would be like, Blade, why didn't you come to class yesterday? I didn't want to. Oh my god, okay. I didn't expect you to be so upfront about it. Normally I don't like to skip around, but I have an entire situation in my head here. Well, I'm gonna put Kafka and Silverwolf right next to him. They are the popular kids that skip class all the time, and they're always together. They sit by each other at the lunch table. They're like the alt mean girls. That sounds so intimidating. The teacher just has no authority over them. Absolutely not. Hey, why are you three late? I didn't think you'd notice. I think I told this story in my Genshin video. We had a kid at my school who downloaded Super Smash Brothers onto all the computers, and people would just play during class all the time, but they couldn't track down who did it, so nobody got in trouble. That's Silverwolf. They have a burn book. You know, it's standard fare, honestly. All right, we have to move on. Next up is Bronya. She has to be a student council member, right? Strict but fair. Would give you a scolding if you were late to class and running down the hall, but I don't think she'd write you up about it, you know? I don't think she's president. I think she's maybe VP. Gunning for it next year though, definitely. Little Miss Clara. I can see her in a couple different categories. She could be maybe a theater or a band kid. You know, she has eclectic interests. Perhaps a focused academic, or Naruto running down the hall. Honestly, I think I'm feeling focused academic the most. She's on the robotics team. Dan Hung. He's also giving class skipper. I'm about to create some imaginary beef. Blade got to the cafeteria first to save a spot for Kafka and Silverwolf, and Dan Hung's sitting at their usual table by himself. He's like, that's our table, what are you doing here? Challenges him to a duel. Dan Hung's that kind of guy who just like meanders around the hall. He takes every opportunity to go to the bathroom. He gets good grades. His heart's not in it. He doesn't really care about the social aspect of it. In this situation, it feels kind of weird to split him up with Imbibitor Lunate. Like, he's the same person. We're not talking about him in his like past life here, right? So Bushin, student council, again, sort of like a lower ranking member, nice and responsible. Ooh, Japard. What do I do with Japard? There's so many like good-natured, responsible characters that could fit into the student council, but that feels like the easy route. I can imagine Japard either playing tennis or maybe even the super nice quarterback. He stays in his lane, he gets good grades, he's helpful, the teachers like him, everybody likes this guy. He's popular not because he's like a mean girl, he doesn't give off that kind of energy, he's just popular because he's a good guy. Next up is a new character. We have Gwenifin? So she is supposedly like a street performer, you know, sort of eclectic. I can see her being a theater or band kid for sure. I can see her being on the color guard and the marching band, or a percussionist who always hits the gong. Herta focused academic. She keeps to herself. I think she would be valedictorian of this high school situation. You know, she got perfect grades, straight A's. Miss Himeko. All right, I've been waiting for this one. I've been thinking about this. Kafka and Himeko have a little bit of beef. Yeah. My theory in this alternate universe, they were besties in 5th grade. Something happened. There was a falling out. Maybe Himiko's mom said, you can't hang out with her anymore. She's a bad influence. And now they don't like each other anymore. Himiko went down a different path. And now, do you think she's focused on her studies? Or do we feel like maybe she's got a little bit of theatrics in her? Maybe she's like the star of the theater productions. You know, she's like the prima donna of the stage, if you will. Do you think she has that in her? I can kind of see it. I am here for this beef. What's gonna be the big blow up? Kafka tries to get Blade to try out for the musical or whatever. What am I saying? All right, we have to move on. Hook. First impression, delinquent. Second impression, Naruto running down the hall. We don't have anybody in that category yet. She gives off the vibe. First, she's a delinquent. She sets a trash can on fire. Then Naruto runs down the hall to run from the scene of the crime. Jingyuan gives off a couple different energies. I feel like you could make a case for him being in multiple of these. I'm gonna put him as a student council presidente. He is pretty chill. He knows when to be assertive. I think people like him. I think the student body appreciates him being their president. He's very popular. He's a popular guy. Ooh, we've made it to Miss Jingliu, our newest 5-star. This is a slightly complicated matter. Okay. Now, you would think, oh, well, student council. You know, she taught Jingyuan what he knows. So maybe she's an ex-student council. Maybe she's still there. I think she had a fall from grace. I think perhaps she used to be in the student council. And now she's a delinquent and class skipper. She's mysterious. You know, everyone wondered what happened. She shows up when she feels like it. You know, they tell everyone not to leave campus to go out to lunch, but does she care? No, she leaves campus anyway. I'm going to Wendy's. What do you think you're gonna do? Stop me? Oh my god, wait, I have an idea. Yunqing is a freshman who is like an apprentice in the student council. He's out in the courtyard and runs into Jingliu.
I'm in the student council.
Oh yeah? What are they teaching you over there? She's like this mysterious person who like knows his world, but he has no idea who she is because he just joined the school. You were the student council president last year. What happened? Next up is Luca, who I pretty firmly believe is going to be a jock. Now, we don't have fight clubs in the high school, or at least I would hope not. Maybe he's like on the wrestling team, maybe football, but I really think he'd be a wrestler over a football player. He's like winking at the girls who come watch his match. He's popular. He's popular. He's a friend to everybody. Lucha. I don't know if you guys saw my video with my best friend where she's like giving her first impression, but I could not get her headcanon out of my head.
Looks like a Beethoven descendant, disheveled composer, like always locked away in their big grand room with their big grand piano, and like comes out for like water and to pee sometimes and then goes back in.
I love that take. He's quiet, he keeps to himself, you never know what he's thinking, but man, when he gets on those keys, brilliant, masterful work, honestly. One day he'll end up in pre-med, but for now he's living out his absolute musical dreams. Little Miss Lynx, the younger sibling of Serval and Japar. So she's an adventurer, she's an explorer. I think she's pretty focused on her studies. Maybe she's like in the environmental science classes. She's really into biology, lives for the field trips. March 7th. She's nice, she's popular. I think she's the peppy popular girl. Maybe the peppy cheerleader girl. What do we think? What do we feel? She gets the student body revved up during the football games. Natasha. She's a focused academic. You know, she wants to make her mark. Pela, focused academic or student council? I'm gonna do focused academic. I don't think. We can only have so many student council members. She's not quite giving it. Oh, Chingcha. I'm sorry, she's absolutely a delinquent class skipper. She will admit that she's gonna skip class. She plans it in advance. Sampo Koski. Who else am I gonna put in Naruto running down the hall if not Sampo Koski? But he's a delinquent. Sampo is that guy who brings stuff to the school that shouldn't be there. Sampokoski always supplies treats to his friends. I have to put him in delinquent. He's like the top dog delinquent in this school. Zila. While she could give delinquent energy, I think she's a jock. What's her sport of choice? Soccer would be good because then she can sort of bash into people once in a while, you know? Serval, I'm a little torn on. So she is in a band, you know, I feel like she would be in a band in high school, a rock band. However, she's also giving focused academic. In high school, I'm gonna say she's a focused academic. She definitely goes out and does fun things with her band on weekends. She's got the brains, she's got the beauty. I can see her getting voted onto like the prom court. Sushang, she has a bit of a quirkiness to her, you know what I mean? Obviously, she's responsible, she's dutiful. I think she's in the marching band and you can't stop me. I love Hook being the only Naruto running down the hall character. I mean, I could put her up in delinquents and just delete that category, but you know what? No, she would want to stand firm. She would want to be an independent Naruto runner. Tingyun. I do think she's got popular cheerleader energy. I don't think she's definitely peppy, but I think she's a little bit more shady than March 7th. Topaz, we have another new character. She is 100% the student council's treasurer, without a doubt. Next up, we have the two trailblazers, and honestly, who would I be if I wasn't putting them in the jock category? They're playing softball, they are playing baseball, they have a baseball bat. Yes, it is giving delinquency energy, but they're nice. I feel like they use their baseball bats for good instead of evil. Welt Yang. Do I dare put him in theater and band kids with Himiko? He's in the anime and video game club. He plays the cello in the high school's orchestra. It's a mild hunch, but I'm rolling with it. And finally, we have Madam Yukong. Listen, I know a lot of you guys are gonna say student council. She's the babe on the archery team. She's the captain of that archery team. She's serious. Yes, she gets good grades. Absolutely. But she will 100% hit that bullseye every time, and they went to nationals. All right, let's take one final scan. See if I want to move anyone around here. You know what? No, I think I feel pretty good about this. I'm gonna leave it as it is. Wait, we never figured out who stole my lunch money. Silverwolf hacked into my lunch account, stole my balance and transferred it to hers. Anyway, this was a treat as always. Feel free to leave suggestions for future goofy Honkai Star Rail tier lists. Also, be sure to check out Jingliu. Her banner has just dropped. I'm super excited to pull for her. Hopefully you are too. I mean, look at her. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye!